Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is about decoding one of the most mysterious topics in astrology and one of the less spoken about, that are Rahu and Ketu, the two shadow planets. But these are one of the most feared planets by people after Saturn. Now why are they feared? Firstly, know that they are shadow planets. Now shadow in itself, it has no particular shape. But one thing which we can be certain about shadow is that it's dark in nature, and so are planets Rahu and Ketu. Very less known about them, operate in a very mysterious manner compared to the other planets, and so we'll try to understand how they operate, what is their true nature, and how we can understand them according to their respective placements in the birth chart. For that, I have also mentioned the timestamps, so you can directly go on to your Rahu and Ketu's placement, your axis in your chart. But I would say that firstly try to understand them through the introduction part, that how these planets work in your birth chart. Firstly, in short, let's talk about how they came into existence. Rahu and Ketu were not separate planets. They were one entity, one demon whose head was chopped off by Lord Vishnu during Amrit Manthan. The head became Rahu and the body became Ketu. Now, whenever it comes to Rahu, okay, firstly understand that our birth in itself has some reason. Okay, the pending karmas are seen through Saturn, the sole purpose is seen through Sun, and different things. What Rahu denotes is one of the most crucial reasons of our birth. Always remember, Rahu is the pending desires. The things which soul couldn't get in the past life are denoted by Rahu. So whenever you are seeing your Rahu Ketu axis, always pay a very close attention to where Rahu is placed in your chart, because Rahu will show what your true desire is and those desires which were unfulfilled. So you'll always notice, because this planet in itself has no stomach, no body, nothing, just the head. So just keeps on thinking and thinking, and the desires keep on evolving. And why I'm saying that Rahu is connected with desires, there's a logical reason behind this particular thing. Rahu governs the sign of Aquarius. It's the co-lord of Aquarius along with Saturn. Now Aquarius falls into the 11th house of the natural Kalpurush Kundli. So that is the house where we can see what our desires are. What are those things which we want, which we crave for. And Rahu is all about that endless hunger, where there is no stopping, nothing, where you would want more and more of something. Wherever Rahu is placed in your chart, always mark that point, because that is some kind of obsession. You would never compromise onto those things where Rahu is placed in your chart. Now coming on to Ketu. Ketu is a planet that is the Moksha Karaka, obviously. But why is it the Moksha Karaka? Because the place where Ketu is placed in the chart, those things are already conquered. Ketu is said to be the hero who has already won the war. It has nothing to do with the fights. It has nothing to do with achievement of the things. It has already tasted those things previously. It has no craving for anything. So these two planets, when they are coming out from one entity, then why they behave so differently? Because their nature is much different, although their purpose is one. Now this sounds very confusing, and that is why I'm saying to understand layer by layer how these planets operate. So whenever it comes to Ketu, people, they mostly think that Ketu will give detachment or something. No, but you already have had enough of what Ketu wanted in past life, so you're done with those things. Now let's understand that how these planets operate in particular houses, starting with the house 1, having Rahu in the first house and Ketu in the 7th house. Now whenever Rahu is placed in first house, this native you will always see, in which I personally have noticed that Rahu in first house gives a very attractive kind of a personality. No matter, I'm not talking about physical appearance, although physical appearance is governed by the first house, so this person will naturally attract people no matter how they look, but still their attraction power is there, especially physically. It's there, you cannot deny this particular fact. Now coming on to the nature of the people who have Rahu in first house. So don't mind this thing, but they don't like to admit any of their flaws, because this is the house of Mars, self-obsession, always having that energy to defend themselves. They will always show that they're very confident in nature, and there's no problem with this thing. But the problem is perfection. They always want to show that they have no flaws. Now, Rahu in the first house gives a very unconventional approach to the native. These people think out of the box. Their mindset is not normal compared to the other people. I mean, they will think something ahead, because this portion of the Kal Purush, according to medical astrology, also shows the head. So, every time, now the head portion is governed by Rahu. So, you would see this person doing something or the other, something new. The ideas start coming to them and they don't stop. But the problem over here is that this person somehow is consumed by themselves. Rahu is consuming. Okay, so they're always like, what about me. They don't care much about the others. When it comes to them, they are their first priority. And I said that there is nothing to mind in this particular video, because there are many things about this planet which is good over here, but some traits are negative, and which is there in every single placement. Now, coming on to Ketu in 7th house. Ketu in 7th, this person, I would not say that this person has a detachment with their partner, but it's more of a soul level connection, and this connection is hard to make, but once it is made, it cannot be broken, because Ketu over here gives an Ketu works on intuition. Ketu has nothing to do with mind or your mental thoughts. No. Ketu is always about connection which is not visible, that invisible string that connects both partners. And that is mostly spiritual in nature. That is mostly concerned with one particular thing in which these two people match. So this particular person with their spouse feels connected only when that particular element is triggered. Otherwise, they tend to, they don't feel like working much on that partnership aspect. But once things fall into place, then this connection is unbreakable. Okay, now coming on to Rahu and Ketu axis, 2nd and 8th house. Rahu in 2nd house, Ketu in 8th house. Now, Rahu, whenever it's in the 2nd house, this person somehow has a very deep karmic connection with their own family. Now, it's not important that they'll be in very good terms with their family, but somehow family does become their obsession. They want to think about their family and resources badly. This person is, always craving to increase more and more facilities in their life, keep on checking their bank accounts. They would always want more and more of resources in their life, be it land, property, jewelry, anything which adds up to the value in their life. They will always crave for it. Plus, this person will always have that unconventional approach towards food. Food would not be, they would rarely like traditional food. They mostly opt for that continental cuisine or something which is out of their culture, always. And you would see, sometimes I've noticed that this particular person has someone outside of their community married into their family as well. If you have it, and just mention in the comments as well if this is true in your case, that someone out of the caste, out of the community, especially when we talk about India, someone who is not from your own caste gets married into the family. Okay, so this kind of a thing is there. Plus, this person is mostly obsessed with earning money. Okay, increasing those resources in life. And when Ketu is in 8th house, now this becomes extremely good placement, because Ketu is really happy. Okay, naturally these two planets are exalted. When we talk about the houses, Taurus and Scorpio, these two planets are exalted in these two signs. So Ketu naturally is very happy. When it comes to Scorpio, it's also the co-lord of Scorpio. So whenever Ketu is placed, this person has that natural inclination towards occult. But again, coming on to that same thing, this person will not, feel much like reading the books on occult. But it would come naturally to them. They won't be like, that they need to work really hard on that particular aspect. Nor they have any type of insecurity with regards to it. Remember, always remember that wherever Rahu is placed, it will never give you that security. It will always make you feel that you lack something. But Ketu, it always makes you feel confident about that thing, even though you are detached, even though you get disheartened by that particular thing. Now, this person having Ketu in 8th house somehow will feel detached with their in-laws. The wife or the spouse's side won't feel much connected to them, won't be much into getting the inheritance. Okay, this person doesn't, these things don't bother to this person. Mostly these people are self-made and rarely ask for the inheritance part. Coming on to Rahu and Ketu in 3rd house. Now, Rahu in 3rd and Ketu in 9th house. Now, Rahu in 3rd, this is a very good house for the placement of Rahu, because here Rahu has no boundaries. Rahu doesn't like boundaries. It's like always expanding in nature, and so is this house. Expansion, increasing of things. Now wherever this dispositor of Rahu will be placed somehow, okay, we'll try to understand this particular aspect as well, that how these planets operate on the basis of their dispositor as well, but right now we're just talking about the placement part. So over here you will see that this person has some kind of obsession with developing skills in their life. Always they keep on writing something, always they want to communicate about things, and their way of talking, their style of talking is much more different than the other people. Somehow there is a different kind of a charm when they speak things, and there is some kind of attraction in their speech, and their speech is always very mindful, because Rahu is mind. Okay, so whatever this person speaks is not from the heart but always from the mind. So these people are very less emotional when it comes to talking. So I would say that don't trust their words when they speak. Their actions can be different, okay, that is a totally different thing, but their promises, they're mostly done through minds. So these people are reliable when it comes to businesses. When you want to work along with them in terms of profession, then these people are really good, because they will always think of how to make things go beyond the limits. Okay, so this is a very good placement for that. Now when Rahu is in third, Ketu will be in the ninth house. So ninth house Ketu is very good for spiritual purposes, but this particular placement I've seen, it's not pretty good for with relations to father. Father in this case is mostly, this person is detached with father, or having not really good terms with father, or sometimes it will show extreme connection, but again it's just same like Ketu in seventh. If they share something, to the core, if there is a quality which they both share, so these people will be inseparable. They would have a very good bond despite every difference. So here is how Ketu helps. Ketu will help you create that eternal bond. Ketu is not about materialistic things. If the father is very spiritual in nature, and so is the native, so their bond goes really well. They get along well together, and this person is less of religious but more of spiritual. They would not want to follow the laws of what religion is, what dharma is. They will create their own religion, their own understanding of what spirituality is, what God is, why we are here in this world, every single thing. This person can be called an atheist, because they have their own way of doing things. They don't have any a connection with dharma as such. They are more into spirituality. They'll find their own path, because Ketu and Rahu, they don't walk on that conventional traditional path. They don't have much to do with that thing. They create their own path. Talking about Rahu in fourth and Ketu in 10th. Now Rahu in fourth house, somehow I've seen this thing happening with people, that mother is quite materialistic in nature over here, and this person, because mother, we all are born through our mother, and mother plays a very important role in shaping the nature of this native. And so whenever Rahu is placed in fourth house, this person themselves also become really materialistic. Fourth house connects with the resources, the comforts, the luxuries of life. Okay, so this person somehow or the other would want all of it. They rarely can leave their comfort zone. Comfort is mandatory for them. So this placement sometimes becomes that laziness also. So this is something this person should be taking care of. But one problem over here is that this person lacks satisfaction in their life. Satisfaction is really less. They'll always seek for more and more and more. Because this is a natural house of moon. This person mostly asks for things on emotional level, but they're never satisfied with what they're getting. So this is the problem with Rahu in the fourth house. Although it's a good placement when it comes to getting, if this energy is directed in a right manner, this person would always want to increase properties in their life, luxuries. They would want those things, but again this placement somehow creates problem when Rahu becomes the dispositor also not placed really well. Then this person can become lazy. And this is something which needs to be particular about, and such people should work from home, because they always want to stay in or they should create environments which are as comfortable as a home is. Okay, so now coming on to the Ketu in 10th house. Ketu in 10th house makes a person very particular about what they want with regards to their work. They become really choosy, and detachment with the work, that push and pull effects keep on happening. So this is also one of the things this person needs to be careful about, that they should feel that whatever work they are doing, okay, that must have some kind of detailing, because Ketu is all about details. Ketu is all about those minute micro things. So if their work is with regards to dealing with a larger organization, they might not feel that much connected with their work. So here the work, the profession must be chosen really well. Apart from this, this placement works good if utilized in the right manner. Now talking about Rahu in 5th and Ketu in 11th. Rahu in 5th is a very good placement for actors, for creative performers, anybody connected with creativity. This is a good placement because somehow they are able to bring that modern touch into their work. But over here, there is some kind of a struggle when it comes to getting fame. Okay, fame, these people get fame, but when they go out of the box, they cannot get fame with the right, right path, or maybe walking onto that particular set of rules which society has set up for them. So this is something they need to follow. This is a very good placement when it comes to, this person is really intelligent. They understand, they grasp everything very quickly. But this causes some kind of, distraction as well when it comes to studies. This person is able to understand the concepts, but retaining them, staying on to it, their focus is one of the problems of this placement. So they need to work on this. Love life is pretty good, but this person obviously doesn't get satisfied easily from their love partner. So love life has an issue when, especially when these two partners are staying together, that becomes a problem. If they are staying in two different cities and they're connected over internet, they're connected over calls, I've seen this placement working pretty nice, but when these two people come together, misunderstandings create a dissatisfaction, that feeling starts to arise. So this is something people need to take care of when Rahu is in 5th house. Apart from this, for creativity, for intellect, this is a very good placement. Even for the children aspect, the child of this person somehow is modern in nature. You will always see the connection of the lagna, the nakshatra, the birth nakshatra of this particular child, of this person, having a connection with Rahu. So they always have a very good relationship with their child, and that obsession with their child is there. So it's a good placement for that. Now coming on to Ketu in 11th house. Ketu in 11th, always, this person somehow, even in the groups, they will feel isolated, they feel alone, they really don't want to, spend a lot of time with their friends. People like them, people adore them, but they are somebody who will keep running away from people because they feel like that their perspective is not being understood by others. And mostly that's the case. Here is why people feel detached. If someone has those qualities of Ketu, then there is no problem, you will have a good connection. But if, mostly this person will want to isolate, or even, a very good friendship is going on, and that sudden detachment, that sudden cutting off from, a long time friend happens in this particular placement. Or even this person could be chasing something from a very long period of time, and suddenly they just don't want it anymore. So this kind of a thing happens when you have Ketu in 11th house, and mostly the relationship with the elder sibling is also distorted, it's also damaged somehow because of this placement. So that has to be taken care of. Now coming on to placement of Rahu in 6th and Ketu in 12th house. Now this, in most of the cases, is a very happy placement for both the planets, because Rahu is extremely happy in Virgo in 6th house. Rahu loves competition. Competition is all about expanding, it's all about a victory. So Rahu gets to expand over here. It's Rahu loves using mysteries, tricks actually. So here in the competition, that anyway, just by hook or by crook, Rahu wants to win. So this is that placement where Rahu gets that breathing. Shatru Hantak Yoga is being made over here when Rahu is in 6th house. So this overall is a very good placement when it comes to cracking the examinations, a victory over enemies. In fact, the court cases, this person with the Rahu in 6th house, they can actually become very good lawyers, because that obsession is there from winning. You need to win no matter what. So Rahu over here, and naturally, the more people criticize this particular person, the more enemies want to conquer this person. They actually don't know that they are empowering this particular person who has Rahu in 6th house. The enemies themselves, they provide power to this particular person. So this is the magic of having Rahu in 6th house, and that is why I was saying it's one of the very good positions for Rahu to be. Malefics naturally perform really good in 3, 6, 8, 12. So now coming on to Ketu in 12th house. Rahu in 6th and Ketu in 12th is a very ideal position. Now talking about Ketu in 1st and Rahu in 7th. Now when headless Ketu comes in the bhava of head, that is the 1st house, here Ketu creates a problem of this person having unclear thoughts about their own self. This person sometimes does not know that how they want to appear to the world, what is their true personality. So their life keeps on revolving around this particular thing. This person, even if they are much more eligible than the person who has Rahu in 1st house, they would still stay underconfident, because Ketu has a very good amount of intuition, but here there is no mind as such. So it's not like these people don't have mind or something, but it's more like that they underestimate their own power. This is the problem when there is Ketu in 1st house. This person is very much particular about what things they want. The refinement keeps on going and going. There is no stopping to it. And that is the problem of unending, again, Rahu and Ketu. Rahu creates that unending desire, that craving, and Ketu is like endless refinement. More better, more better. That is the hunger of Ketu. So these planets, like whenever Rahu and Ketu are placed in 1-7 axis, it is a difficult energy to handle. Now, when you have Rahu in 7th house, this person, we can say, that is obsessed with their spouse, with their partner, but this placement I have seen showing cheating in marriage. Sadly, this position actually shows that this person might get somebody manipulative as their spouse. If Rahu's dispositor is also afflicted and there are more malefics involved with the 7th lord, this position is not good for marriage. Other than that, this is a good position when you want to get married outside your caste, your community, even the foreign element. Then this condition is utilized in a good manner. So Rahu in 7th can give good results in case the Rahu's energies are properly utilized. Now talking about Ketu in 2nd and Rahu in 8th house. Now Ketu in 2nd, it's a good position when it comes to learning languages. Ketu in 2nd house makes a person learn different foreign languages, because Ketu is Karaka for those things. But this person most of the time, this has been seen in many of the charts, that this person at some point in their life stays away from their family. Sometimes for education, sometimes for job, but they leave their family. They don't stay with them. Some or the other point, this happens with them, no matter they're running through Ketu period or not. This has happened. Apart from this person cares about their family, but they're not much attached with them. Like some or the other difference of opinion is there, and this person himself or herself, they go through a lot of scrutiny, much more refinement with their family life. So it is quite difficult for these people to handle that aspect of their life. And sometimes, most of the times, these people want to earn money and everything, but at certain point of time they might suddenly feel that they don't care anymore about the resources, about how they're going to sustain life. So these things also happen when you have Ketu in 2nd house. Now Rahu in 8th house. Now this is a very tricky position when Rahu is in 8th house, because it's already a very dark house for Rahu to be in, and Rahu is already shadow, Rahu is already darkness. So here it is not getting any clarity as such. So Rahu over here gives a person very stubborn nature. This person would be more into like whatever they want to do, they don't want to discuss that thing with anybody else. So this is quite a tricky position, and this is not considered good when this person is going through Rahu Mahadasha. They tend to take wrong decisions without discussing these things with anybody. In fact, a lot of secrets are there. Whenever Rahu is in 8th house, this person will carry a lot of secrets with them, and they're quite obsessed with that inheritance part. It's good for the occult, but still, the occult is not very much like when we spoke about Ketu in 8th. This person is already, having the knowledge. It's easy to grasp things. But when this person with Rahu in 8th house tries to learn occult, it takes them a lot of hard work. But once they do it, Rahu takes a lot of hard work from you in this life. Ketu is much of a easy going planet, because you're already having a confidence, you're already having that understanding. But where Rahu is, you have no idea about what's going on over there. So over here, whenever person wants to enter into occult, it's a good thing, they can do it, but it's more like that they try to go for that unconventional, untraditional approach towards those things. They would read more of modern authors or read articles on the internet rather than going on to that traditional classic approach. But the only problem with this placement which I have mostly seen is with regards to being very much stubborn and not listening to anybody else when it comes to taking decisions in life, and even their personality becomes like that. So this is something which these people should take care of. Now talking about Ketu in third and Rahu in ninth house. Ketu in third house, this shows very much of a combination of fine arts. When a person is more into detailing of things, this is a very good position for those minimal artists who are into minimalist paintings. Even those paintings that require a lot of detail, or even hand gestures, hand movements, dance, everything which is related to the classics. So this is a good position for Ketu to be in. The only thing is that over here the person wants to work really hard, but expansion becomes quite difficult. Sometimes they're able to expand things very easily, but they're not able to retain it. Like if this person is having a business, till some point of time that business will expand itself, that too without putting any effort. Effortlessly they would run the business, but at certain point of time they might deviate from it all of a sudden. They might not want to pursue it anymore, they might not want to expand it anymore. So that is the problem, that Ketu, whenever wherever it's placed, how Ketu brings destruction. Ketu brings destruction by not letting person work really hard onto that particular aspect, because person feels naturally very confident over there, and they are more like they don't want to work much on that field. So that is the problem with the placement of Ketu. So here person needs to take care of those things. Now Rahu in ninth house, this is the natural house of Jupiter. Rahu in ninth house, this placement in itself is a placement when if there is no particular aspect of Jupiter also, then they become atheist. They want to follow their own religion. They don't want to follow the common traditional path of religion. They are much more into realizing their own path, maybe, or understanding things from their point of view, and mostly they want to mix up the modern and the religious part. They don't want to take things just the way they are. So this is something. Apart from this, here I've seen that the father is more concerned with his own life compared to the native. So this is also a problematic position with regards to the relations with the father. Mostly this person is not good in terms with their father. Apart from this, Rahu in ninth house gives up settlement in the foreign if connected with the fourth lord. So abroad settlement, foreign travels, these things might happen. So this is a very good thing when it comes to Rahu in ninth house. It's overall a good mix of good and some negative things which can be taken care of. Now talking about Ketu in fourth and Rahu in 10th house. Again, very interesting position for these planets to be in. Ketu in fourth house, this person has some kind of complaints when it comes to their family matters, especially their home. Never completely satisfied. In fact, this person, it's not just about satisfaction, it's more about attention. Their career becomes the prominent part of their life. They're all understanding, firstly because that's the natural house of Saturn. 10th house is natural house of Saturn. So here is a disbalanced situation that this person might not feel really happy or fulfilled when it comes to their family life, when it comes to the comforts. This person might never feel totally relaxed. So that is the problem with having Ketu in fourth house. Sometimes it gives issues with the mother as well. If fourth lord is also afflicted, this person might not feel that much attached to their mother, or they might become very particular about their mother. So that is a problem with Ketu in fourth house. These planets, they carry a lot of intense energy. So somehow whenever you're talking, they cannot create that balance. One or the other aspect has to be compromised in order to achieve the other planet's goal. If Rahu is in 10th house, whenever Ketu is in 4th, Rahu will be in 10th house. This person has a good career. Career is fine, but this person has to struggle a lot when it comes to achieving it, because Rahu makes this person enters into a field which they have no idea about. They don't know what's going on, what kind of a work politics they might face, and they definitely face work politics at their workplace. Rahu gives them manipulative people, and somehow they themselves also have to get that nature in order to succeed in their work. That is why this placement has created a lot of politicians and people like that whose career keeps on expanding, but they have to use malicious practices to, fulfill their achievements. That is something with the Rahu in 10th house. Now talking, so this is a good position, but whenever it comes to family, this person can never, just never feels happy completely. If you have this placement, you can share your views in the comment section. It's all for you guys. This person would always feel that lack of happiness. Because this naturally becomes a Grahan Yoga also. This is a natural house of moon. And when Ketu is placed, and Ketu definitely gives the eclipse to the moon. So here this is a problematic position for Ketu to be in. Rahu, it's a good position career wise. Okay, now talking about Rahu in 11th house and Ketu in 5th house. Now, having Ketu in 5th house, this person somehow faces problems when it comes to their love life. Again, Ketu wants to give detachment because Ketu is already done with those things. Ketu has already had enough. So it's more of like that this person, either people come in their life and they want even better, more better, and somehow because of getting that refinement or getting that more better person in their life, they somehow tend to lose them. And relationships come with a lot of lessons for this person because Ketu wants to teach the lessons of 5th house. But 5th house Ketu, apart from love life, which is slightly compromised, but once this a relationship is being built, just like Ketu in 7th house, if these two people share something very much similar onto their core, onto their soul level, then these people can never be separated. Then that detachment goes away, and these people remain attached, and even this goes to another level compared to the other people's relationships. This relationship is something else. Person doesn't experiences normal things in this relationship. Becomes very valuable. So I would say that Ketu in 5th house is a very good placement with regards to spirituality also, because the Purva Punya is activated through this. This person would have natural inclination with dogs. Sometimes any dog might come to their life. All of a sudden they might get a puppy or a dog, and they might feel very much attached to it. So these people can find even not just dogs, apart from dogs, any animals, because they have a Purva Janma, like the past life connection with these creatures. So this is a very beautiful placement, in fact, for scriptures, for religion, understanding of religion, for understanding of mantras, how these things work. This person would be very much particular about who their Isht is, very much devoted towards it, but in a spiritual manner, again saying that, not in a typical religious manner. Now talking about Rahu in 11th house, Rahu in 11th, this person would have a social circle which might keep on expanding with time, but they need to be really careful when it comes to choosing their social circle. They need to be really wise, because Rahu sometimes gives those kind of people in their social circle who are manipulative, who are deceptive, who are something else on the face and on the back. They're like, basically they're backstabbers. So need to be very much cautious when choosing your friend circle. Now talking about Rahu in 11th is a very good position when it comes to finances, because here this person naturally earns a lot of money. 11th house Rahu, sometimes person gets money, even the hard work is being done by somebody else, and this person gets the money. This is also the case. Again, everything is connected to the karma part. It's not like that it's a very evil thing to be in. Everything has its own reasons. But this has been seen in a lot of cases. So, but this person has to have a control over desires. Rahu gives endless desires to this person, and falling into that illusion, that trap, that craving of fulfilling those desires is endless. And this person always remains insecure with regards to their social image, with regards to how their social circle perceives them, because Rahu never lets you feel secured wherever it is. So fulfillment of desires, until and unless Ketu is very powerful. If Ketu is powerful, this Rahu won't create much of a problem. Otherwise this person might fall into that cycle of again and again wishing for something. One wish is fulfilled, so this satisfaction never comes over here. But apart from that, for gains point of view, this is a very good position, and this person earns a very good fortune, and much of their desires are fulfilled if they tend to stay away from their native land, because Rahu shows the foreign element. Now talking about Ketu in 6th and Rahu in 12th. to Ketu in 6th house. Ketu feels slightly uncomfortable when it comes to 6th house, because Ketu has nothing to do with the competition. It's already done. So these people, they want to be competitive, still they slightly feel scared whenever they're getting involved into it. Sometimes they just want to work on their own things without comparing themselves with the other people. And that is the key to success when it comes to Ketu in 6th house. If somehow this person becomes extremely competitive, it becomes more difficult and more hard for them to conquer the things. But once they become detached to the result of what they are doing, in fact, they don't care about how far others are going in their field, and they're just working on their own self. Again, that bringing that refinement, okay, in their analysis, because the 6th house of Virgo. So that helps them to win the battle, because Ketu has won the battle. Ketu has it doesn't feel insecure. So this is a very confident position once Ketu gets hold of it. So for that, now in the beginning this person might feel very insecure, but when this true nature of Ketu comes out, when this person actually knows their true potential, and they start to get detached and they start to surrender to the divine, because Ketu has got that 6th sense power, that intuition power and direct connection with the divine, then this person starts to gain success over their competitors, over their enemies. Obviously this person gets slightly detached from their maternal side, especially maternal uncle, maternal aunt. This kind of a thing happens if there's not much good terms with them at times, when dispositor is also not placed well. Now, talking about Rahu in 12th house. Rahu in 12th house is a position where a person needs to be really careful with regards to addictions. This is the house of subconscious mind, and over here Rahu just keeps on, Rahu doesn't let person stay in that total stillness. Some or the other stimulation is needed. That is why I've told that people having Rahu in 12th house, they should keep on engaging themselves into something that keeps them activate subconsciously. Because whenever it comes to Rahu in 12th house, I've seen people getting addicted to something or the other. So that addiction should be positive in nature. Rahu in 12th can also give settlement in the foreign land. Many of the times, especially whenever 4th lord is also conjunct with Rahu, or the dispositor of Rahu is in 4th house, any or even the Lagnesh, the ascendant lord, if it's conjunct with Rahu, Rahu in 12th house mostly gives connection with the foreign lands, which is a good thing to be. Apart from this, this is also a good combination for people to work in hospitals, to work in spiritual fields. This person definitely loves metaphysics. Rahu in 12th house. So they should keep on involving and engaging themselves in these kinds of activities, because this Rahu can work really well when it is not connected with this world. Connection with the reality, this Rahu doesn't like it. It's every time outside. That's the last house of Kalpurush Kundli. So here Rahu is obsessed with everything ultimate, like the last, the best. This is the thing with Rahu in 12th house. So sometimes it also gives the person the craving for that perfect thing, the last thing which is the perfect one. So this is a good position. Again, having a lot of energy, needs to be utilized very well. We've spoken about some concepts, some topics with regards to these positions of having Rahu Ketu in different houses, what results they can get. In further videos, we'll talk more in depth as to how Rahu, its dispositor, and the other planets influencing Rahu will bring a shift to the results. But these things definitely our native can notice, which I've mentioned in this video. Will bring more parts to this particular series on Rahu and Ketu, because these are almost everyone's favorite topics to understand, because Rahu and Ketu, these planets are connected with our desires. So desires are something we always run behind, and we always want them to be fulfilled, because when Rahu's hunger is fulfilled, then only we move towards Ketu, towards the ultimate moksha. So this was the video on Rahu and Ketu. I hope you like it. If you do, please do subscribe to the channel and share this video with the people you feel like sharing it with. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Signing off.